Hi, this is Timmy, and welcome to the Big D Sports Hub. Here we discuss all things Arsenal and all the current trends and analysis. So, this is my first recording. Nice to meet everybody. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, going forward, we're going to have friends come over. We're just going to talk about things, the trends, all concerning Arsenal. So, very quickly, I have a couple of things to rant about today. Um, my first agenda today is, just the match that just finished. Arsenal won, Manchester United won. Arsenal losing 5-4 on penalties. Yeah, it's another FA Cup third round defeat or third round exit. I don't want to dwell on this too much because this is still fresh, and I don't want to talk about this because this whole podcast is more about the state of Arsenal and the current trend to discuss Arsenal as a whole. But it's the fourth year in a row that we've exited the third or the fourth round of the FA Cup. This is shambolic. This is terrible. And then we definitely have folks who are I don't want to call them fans right now. I mean, they get so emotional. They say things. I know they love the club, but many of them don't understand the club they support or what this club stands for or what this club is supposed to stand for. There is no accountability whatsoever. This club is supposed to be challenging for the trophies. We've seen us on our high horses over the last 5 years. And in that 5 years, we are still in the fifth phase where when we lose, I want to see my team. We lose. I know the team bested us. But when we lose due to our own incompetence or due to things that we should have done that we didn't do, of course, you're going to ask questions. And when you ask questions, people actually attribute you as being negative. And that is the most frustrating thing. In the fifth year, when we're supposed to move forward, when we're supposed to chime forward, when we're supposed to use, our advantage, press on our advantage, bring in quality players that would actually make us ascend. It's 5 years now. Arteta has not won any trophy. The fifth year. The only trophy he's won, you could say that no member of his squad was part of that, apart from Bukayo Saka, who barely played a major role in that trophy. The players that he's discarded are still the ones that has given him a trophy up to date. But each time we lose like this is due to our negligence, it's due to our arrogance, the incompetence of the board, the incompetence of the technical team. We're going in a season where for 5 games in a row against Brighton, against Newcastle, we look toothless. We are predictable. When we move the ball, this is the same way. It's the same way. You can always predict us. And teams have actually figured us out. The teams have figured us out. Pass from right to left. Where's the quality? We could play that Manchester United game. There were 10 men, by the way. 10 men. And we could still go ahead and play that game for another 20, 30 minutes and we still won't score. Where's the creativity? Where is the Arsenal that I know? Even when we're in the dungeons, we didn't play as shambolic as this. Even when the quality was not as good. At least Arsenal will still play you out of the park. At least Arsenal will still do some tiki-taka football to make something happen. Who are these guys? It's sad. Now, it looks like another season without a trophy. What are we celebrating? What are we talking about? I think it's high time where we have to be realistic. We have to be honest with ourselves. We love this club. All of us love this club. And until we start demanding accountability, these Joes are not going to do anything different. 4 years in a row. As a matter of fact, every time I see that white jersey, it just connotes another loss. We started wearing that thing 3 years ago, and every time we've won it, we've actually gone round in the third or the fourth round. It is super frustrating. It is very frustrating. But I'm not actually so mad about the FA Cup loss. There's so many things that are eating up Arsenal right now, which for me, one of the greatest issues of Arsenal right now is the negligence. The negligence from all quarters, the negligence from the board, the negligence from Mikel Arteta. And I'm actually attributing about 70% of the blame to Mikel Arteta. Because when he chooses the player he likes, he goes out for the player he likes, like Kai Havertz, like Mikel Merino, like Martin Odegaard. You see him on his high horses pushing those players, pushing the ball to sign those players. But his arrogance will not make him see beyond his nose, know that this team, if he's the one, by the way, is on high contract. If he is the one that makes the second highest paid coach in the world, even though he has not won anything of note, if everybody can see that Arsenal needs an attack, if everybody can see that Bukayo Saka needed a replacement for the last 4 years, if everybody can see that Martin Odegaard shouldn't just be the only creative hub at Arsenal, why can't he see that? Why can't Mikel Arteta see that? I mean, this is terrible, and honestly, it could be the end of our season. The Carabao Cup, we have to undo a 2-0 deficit, which I very much doubt with the way we are playing. We're out of the FA Cup. The board is not doing anything to buy quality. When I watched the game today, seeing Trossard, seeing all these dudes, seeing Martinelli, I think we need about 2 or 3 players. And this is due to the negligence of the board, negligence of Mikel Arteta himself and Edu. We need about 3 players. But do I see them doing that this January transfer window? I don't. Because I've supported Arsenal long enough to know that when the chips are down, when it matters most, the technical team, the board, they disappoint you. They're yet to prove me wrong. So the season is already bleak. I checked out of the season since September. But I was hopeful for the Carabao Cup. I was hopeful for the FA Cup. I was like, get a nudge towards the Champions League. You are having a laugh if you think you're going to win the Champions League. We don't win the Champions League. But at least this whole project, trust the process, needed some level of trophy, get some trophy. It's looking very bleak right now. So it looks like we're going another season without any trophy. And the cycle goes back and back again. My next is the state of Arsenal. What was that transfer window? I think if we're supposed to go into, deep context, you go into the transfer market to solve the issues you have in the team. But our transfer window, the last summer transfer window, look, I've supported Arsenal for over 30 years. And honestly, that ranks as probably one of the worst I've seen. Because we're in a position where we were close to Manchester City. We were in a position to capitalize on Manchester City. We're in a position to, take on the effects. We knew Manchester City were going through this FFP charges and everything. All we needed to do was to be ready. But our arrogance, I won't even say arrogance because we're not part of it. We talked about it. But Mikel Arteta's arrogance, Edu's arrogance, made them have that transfer window. In the transfer window, we signed Neto. Neto, who, by the way, has not even played a game. One game for Arsenal. One game. We signed him on loan. We've turned goalkeepers FC. This last summer, we signed 2 young goalkeepers. Neto was cup-tied. He has not even played a game. So I'm looking close. Now that we're out of the FA Cup, he's cup-tied for the Carabao Cup. What was that signing? Can someone tell me what Neto's signing was all about? Then we signed the Calafiori. I don't have problem, but I raised concern at the time that the fact that we're going all out for Calafiori will make them close their eyes on the super crucial needs of the team. And I was right. Aside that, he's always injured. He was on the bench last game. He was injured for this game. And then Mikel Mourinho. Look, listen, people take time to settle, but we don't need players to come and settle. He's not an 18-year-old. He's not a 19-year-old. He's not a 20-year-old that we need him to settle. We bought him as a veteran. We bought him to come and make changes into the team. And who says that lefty has to always have this defensive tag? Why can't you have 2 8s who are creative? Why do we go with this stupid philosophy that we have to be cautious? I don't know what he does. I don't. He's had assists here and there. He has scored an odd goal here and there. But I still don't know what he does. He was anonymous today. And he's been anonymous throughout the season. When is this going to end? When are we going to have some accountability? When is there going to be a pride supporting Arsenal like I see people supporting Real Madrid, like I see people supporting, I don't want to call their name because I hate them, I hate those lords, but like I see people talking about the Man Cities. You know there is a deficiency. Instantly you go fix it. When is there going to be a time that things are going to change? When is there going to be a time when over time this guy show us some level of accountability? We didn't need a Mourinho at the tail end of last season. We had a Smith who was far better. We had a Vieira who was far better. If you wanted an internal solution, you could have promoted folks from the academy. Nwaneri was good. MLS was good. But we kept a Mourinho. We brought in a Mourinho and we've been shambolic since then. When is the accountability gonna? Who sanctioned that transfer window? Who? Did Richard Garlick sit down to say, Mikel Arteta, bring your progress report and do analysis, carry metrics from where we are last season and compare to the metrics of where we want to be, what is the performance goal of Arsenal? That transfer window was shambolic. Because the essence of the transfer window is to, like, in your dear moments, the needs, the enhancements that you bought is supposed to bail you out. These guys don't bail us out. They don't. We bought a Calafiori. Saliba and Gabriel is still our best centre back pairing. We bought a Mourinho. Thomas Partey, Rice, and Odegaard is still our best midfielder. Neto, I don't even want to talk about that. Raheem Sterling, Edu and Mikel Arteta go with these PR stunts and say things like, oh, we plan our transfer window 8 months ahead. Only for them to wait 20 minutes to the end of the transfer window to bring in the Raheem Sterling. He's barely played. So, who sanctioned that transfer window? Who sanctioned it? It is shambolic. Another thing is Mikel Arteta has too much powers. How can a man, I call him arrogant, not arrogant by character. His arrogance is tactically arrogant. It feels like a Pep when he's not even attained the level of David Moyes. He's fortunate and privileged to be the manager of Arsenal, because there's no way you would explain to me that you continued playing Bukayo Saka for the last 3 years. Even if the board didn't want to support you, you should have demanded it. You should have pushed for it. Luck was shining on us. Last season, Bukayo Saka was playing with injection. We knew the injury was going to come. We knew there was a time the injury will come true. How did you get to that level where we have to wait for him to get injured before everything went sideways? We're Bukayo Saka FC. Football shouldn't be played in a structured pattern, which I feel he has actually overcooked these boys to. Now they're going again. They want a director of football who Mikel Arteta is not going to respect. I would have thought you get a director of football like this dude from PSG. Someone who is seasoned, someone who Arteta is going to report to. Him and Edu didn't get along. The way he felt, the relationship between him and Edu felt like he had the upper hand. Look at all the players he's bought. He's sanctioned. Look, no disrespect to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz has been good. But he's not that guy. He's that kind of player you bring into a team to make enhancements. He's that kind of guy you bring into a team to just, create the next factor. Striker. And you can see it evidently. Against Brighton, against Newcastle, against Manchester United today, and all season. Trossard was supposed to be a stopgap signing. Jorginho was supposed to be a stopgap signing. They're still here. When are we going to move on and start behaving like a big club? Because when you When you behave mediocre, you're going to get mediocre results. It's as simple as that. So for me, Mikel Arteta's position is tenable. He's too powerful. And we can all tell when something like that happens. See, Wenger started losing it when that whole power was just accustomed to him. He started losing it. And that's exactly what is happening right now. How can Arsenal become so reliant on set pieces? Even we create XG from set pieces. Open play is dead. We look like a rehearsed carol going forward. Everybody can predict us. Everybody can predict our next note. This is the state of Arsenal right now. It is sad. So, it's high time that we fans start demanding accountability for this team. And yes, we can't turn away. Eric Cantona said something. He said, you can change friends, but you can never change your team. I wish I could change my team, but I can't. I can't change my team. So it's high time some level of accountability be demanded from these people. And like I said, if I can see that we needed offensive signings for the last 3 years, why is Mikel Arteta not seeing it? Why is the board not seeing it? Why has that not been done? If we go ahead, we talk about this, we say next season. And next season comes, we do the same stupid thing. It's crazy, man. Can this season be salvaged? I mean, I believe so. If we go into the transfer market, we can salvage the season. But this is going to the 13th day right now, and there's been no sign that they want to sign anybody. It's just lies upon lies. You can't tell me there are no players available. An odd £65 million will get Victor Osimhen. Another odd 70 to 80 million pounds will get Victor Gyökeres. Kvaratskhelia is available for £65 million going to PSV. Lookman is available. Those are release clauses. Nico Williams is available. But do I trust them to do it? No, they're not going to do it. I checked out of the season already since October because it was evident that we had a shitty summer transfer window. It could actually be over in the next few days. We have Tottenham on Wednesday. I hope we make something good of that. But the attack players, the forward players, right now, they don't instill in me any level, any sort of confidence at all. We need to break the bank and get rid of most of these players. Getting new good players. Getting high level raisers. We need at least 2 players this transfer window. You know, it's about the Newcastle return legs in 3 weeks. If we get players in, we might be able to salvage something at St. James Park. But at the moment, I don't even trust these people. I don't trust the players. I don't trust Mikel Arteta. it doesn't look like anything is going to happen. Yeah, I think this is it. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. I hope this is not the best way to start up a channel, but I think, starting up a channel like this to, talk about it, bring people on board would actually help to, evade some worries. So thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll hear from you soon. Thank you.